Hi, welcome to 3 Minute Man. It's good to see you today. It is Old Testament Monday. Pardon me for getting this video up a little bit later in the day, but I suppose better late than never. It's Old Testament Monday. Our reading today comes from Exodus chapter 8. What we are going to read from is the account of the second plague upon Egypt, the plague of the frogs. Aaron has stretched out his hand, has brought up the frogs onto the land, and verse 8, Pharaoh calls for Moses and Aaron and says, "Entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and my people." Verse 9, Moses says to Pharaoh, "Accept the honor of saying, when I shall intercede for you, for your servants, and for your people, to destroy the frogs from you and your houses, that they may remain in the river only." So he said, that would be Pharaoh said, "Tomorrow." And Moses' reply is, "Let it be according to your word, that you may know that there is no one like the Lord our God." Why in the world would Pharaoh say tomorrow? But that's what people do. They put off humbling themselves to the Lord, always saying tomorrow. I want you to think about what might have been going through Pharaoh's mind as these plagues were happening. Because as we bring the good news to people, very often we meet resistance, and we hear excuses, and people will talk about why they are not willing to obey the gospel. Number one reason is their parents, their mother and their father. I wonder if Pharaoh was thinking, what would my father think about me? What would my mother think about me? He had been brought up, he himself, his father was the Pharaoh before him. I wonder if he thought, what would my parents think about me if I humbled myself to this Hebrew God? I wonder if he might have also thought, what will my current family think? What will my children think about me? You know, here I am telling them that they are deity. What will they think about me if I humble myself to this Hebrew God? What will my family think? Perhaps he thought about, what would everyone else think? Here he is, and he is the head. He's the head of the nation of Egypt. He's the head of the nation of Egypt. I wonder if he thought, what will all of the citizens of Egypt think if I humble myself before this Jehovah, if I humble myself before this God, this Hebrew God? See, in pride, what happens? Because I think that you have to say that Pharaoh was proud, that he was a proud man. And when we are proud, when we just think me, 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 we become our own gods, is what happens. And what did Pharaoh think that he was? He thought that he was deity. He thought that he was his own God. And what we need to understand is that our gods cannot save us. And that is the lesson that the Lord is teaching Pharaoh. He is executing judgment upon the land and upon their gods, Scripture says. Pride makes us do idiotic things to our own destruction. Pharaoh is going to end up being doomed. The land is going to end up being doomed. All of the Egyptian gods, they are doomed because of their pride. All of those things are going to be wiped off the map. I hope you've enjoyed this study today. I hope you've had a good day. God bless you. I hope you rest well tonight. I hope to see you tomorrow morning. Thank you for studying with us.